It's just me, Mexican Nostradamus, and the Brian Podon joining you tonight for the Skip the Noise podcast.
Yep.
So what is it?
Benji's not here.
He's not here. So basically, you're gonna get a nice little chopped up version of what we normally try to produce as a good show, but it's just gonna be two crazy motherfuckers talking tonight as we are trying to reach out to the internets, to the podcast world, and let you know what we think about these wonderful times of the last week and a half since we've last recorded.
Fuck, man. It seems like a long time, but yeah, it's been about a week and a half probably. So much shit has happened.
Lots happened.
Why?
And there's so much for us to go over. So
has it always been like this? Because as a kid, I don't remember it being like this, man.
No, not really. I remember as a kid, like I guess I just kind of saw things as like cartoons, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like you were just waiting for the new thing to pop up, but no. I really think that we're at this point now that we're basically just have wild shit happening at least once a week.
Daily.
At least, at the very least once a week, but right. But most of the time it seems like daily. But without further ado, we are going to go ahead and kick this one off as we are doing our best to try to keep ourselves as current as possible. But I think the first thing we have to talk about is the post-election discussion.
Oh, Jesus Christ,
and this was a big one, ladies and gentlemen. As much as I would like to toot my own horn, I even started doubting myself as I was listening to the mainstream media and even the alternative media, who were basically calling for what was known as the red tsunami. If everyone likes to try to get a chance to look back, I did predict that abortion and some other topics that were going to be pulled up were going to be a substantial part of this election. And you know what? It really did. And even though I even started doubting what I was thinking, it actually turned out to be probably the biggest topic now, right? I mean, everyone's saying economy, but abortion really did it.
Well, it was a lot of Gen Z women, or not even women, just Gen Z people.
Right.
You combine Gen Z's single issue voter base, which is abortion. If you combine that with mail-in ballots or voting,
right,
you get this combination that you can't beat, because now you have a lot of voters who are single issue, and they don't care about the economy because they don't participate in it.
Right.
They don't care about crime because they don't live in the neighborhoods. They live in dormitories.
Right.
Yeah. So I can see how something like Arizona, how Carrie Lake lost.
Oh, Carrie Lake was an asshole. Come on, man. She was stupid. Hold on. I guess we should rewind. So this is post midterms 2022. The Democrats have officially picked up the Senate, so they will retain control of the Senate. And what was as the new he's going to be actually the Republicans have officially taken the House Representatives. So they will actually be the majority there. So that's official. Ken McCarthy, who this summer so blatantly predicted that the Republicans would have a 60+ edge. We're looking at probably, to be reality, 9, right? 9 to 12.
I think it's 9. 9
to 12. It's in that range, depending on how some of these, because there's still several elections. We're talking about we're officially a week and a day past the elections, and we still have 11 elections that are still up in the air. But
how does this happen in the future? We're in 2022. How does this happen in the future?
Hey bro. Ask your party. That's your party, bro.
No. Check it out. This
your
is how
party.
The system
they
is.
want to fucking they want to keep everything back in the fucking like medieval times and shit.
I'll tell you how fucked up everything is. People can buy $1 billion worth of Powerball tickets, and we know who won that instant. Drawings at 10. At 10:01, we know somebody won.
Well, not this last time.
Oh no. Well, this is last time they had a problem with the drawing itself. But once the results are in,
right,
you know who won the very next minute.
Right.
And you know where
right.
Now you're telling me that this computer can process literally billions of numbers
in
1 minute, but we can't process votes?
Well, it's because of the fact that the Republican Party does not
Oh
want to
boy, here we
modernize.
go.
They do not want to modernize. They
No, they
don't,
do want to modernize.
if you look at all these counties, they are run by Republicans that are there's several counties that do not even start counting until the day of election. Like until after like 7 o'clock, until they close the polls that day. They don't even count their early votes. It's a very it's a very rudimentary, I would say juvenile and just archaic system that they don't want to modernize. But you can
Well, I
kind of
don't
see
know.
why, right? I mean, you
I
can
mean, look at
kind of see why.
Arizona. Arizona, the Secretary of State is actually the new governor.
Yep,
What's her name?
Democrat.
Democrat. And
Hobbs.
Hobbs, Katie Hobbs, yeah.
Yes.
And uh she's in charge of the elections. How long did it take to count this motherfucker? I mean, almost a week and a half.
Well, but okay, but let's be honest though, right? Let's take a look at let's take a look at what happened. So the big thing is that the Republicans were forecasting, and history was on their side, forecasting a massive landslide. I mean, this is typically what happens after a president is elected from the opposite party typically gains a significant amount of seats in Congress. Where this was, I mean, what we can honestly say was an utter failure by the Republican Party. I mean, this was utter failure. Yeah, utter failure. I mean, they
well,
barely
maybe.
have.
I can see.
I mean,
okay.
well,
I'm going to take your side on this one. I like it. Yeah, go ahead.
It was a failure by the Republican Party. Not necessarily. I think it wasn't. See, that's the sad, not the sad thing, but the reality is, I don't think it has anything to do with the Republican Party's message. Right? If it had to do with, this was one of the few times where candidate quality got played in. You had all these crazy nut job, election deniers that were basically, Trump disciples that played into this, right? I mean, that's really what happened.
But messaging. I mean, they were messaging the right stuff: economy, crime, schools. I mean, there was nothing. There was nothing out of the ordinary that they were messaging. I mean,
election denial.
Yes, but come on. I mean, Hillary did it. The Democrats did it.
Dude, I'm just saying, no.
We had 2 years of Russian collusion bullshit because they denied it.
Bro, come on. I get it, but this time the Republicans, right? I'm not saying that this is a brand new experience, right? But what I am saying is that the Republicans did it so stupid that they fucking gave up what was okay. And this is how bad they fucked up. You have a senile president. You have an overactive, overbearing government that basically tried to completely control a population for 2 years with the COVID response. You have a country on the verge of recession. You have uncontrolled inflation. And on top of that, we have multiple wars that could lead to catastrophic end of society. And they still only probably will gain, don't get me wrong, they got some seats.
18 seats in the House.
Yeah, 18 seats.
That's all they got.
But it's the messaging, right? It's the candidate quality. And I think that's where, in the end, I really think that's what happened, right? I mean, that's what happened.
I'll tell you what happened. Okay. There's so many facets to this. Okay. On the Democrat side, there was the abortion vote. Okay.
Right.
Then there was the mail-in ballot, which usually favors Democrats because there's a lot of ballot harvesting.
It can,
which is not illegal.
No, well, but not illegal. But it can. But in some states that had intelligent Republicans, there was actually a pretty even mix, right?
Well, no, not really, because and Tim Pool said this. He said it's harder to go out to the country where you'll find most Republicans and go door to door and pick up ballots,
right?
Versus in the inner city where they all live together and it's easier to pick up ballots that way. So,
okay,
there's that disparity. But anyway, there's that going on the Democrat side. On the Republican side, you had these like what you call MAGA candidates who were pretty much on message on a lot of these things, like you mentioned.
Right.
I mean, you almost sounded like a MAGA candidate yourself right now. But what ended up happening was you had a Republican Party fighting against itself. Okay.
Right.
You had Liz Cheney out there campaigning against Carrie Lake.
Right.
You had Mitch McConnell withholding funds. Okay. For said candidates.
Well, because of candidate quality, though, there was a lot of issues with candidate quality.
But they're still Republicans. They want their primaries. Come on.
Yeah, but
Get behind them.
mm,
That
eh,
there you go. That didn't happen.
it didn't. It
They
didn't.
had the same response that you just did, and that is why they lost.
Well,
These
right.
mega candidates were fighting against the Democrat on the one side and the Republican establishment on the other side,
Yes and
and
no,
they could
because
not get their shit together.
yes and no, because in reality, they were fighting against the Democrats in the elections, right? When it came
Yeah,
down to it, they what happened was they had to go so fucking far to the right that when they tried to, like Masters and a couple other people tried to come back toward, Oz, when they tried to come back towards the middle, they was seen as completely disingenuous. And I think that's what really happened here. You had poor candidate quality. You had Oz, who literally got beat by Frank by the
a
fucking dude
vegetable.
from, what's that shit called, the Addams Family, Lurch. He got beat
Lurch.
by Lurch. I mean, the same vocabulary as Lurch. Fucking spanked his ass. You have poor poor quality. These people were psychos. They're screaming about taking away abortion and that they weren't going to let anyone do anything, and MAGA, 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 and oh, Trump won, and oh, we're going to start the revolution, and all this other bullshit. That's what you get for doing that, though, right? I mean, that if the Republican Party primarily focused on its financial aspects, I think it's one. If you look at what happened in New York and Northern California, because I'm not Northern California, but California as a whole, California and New York gave the House to the Republicans, a very, very, very liberal states by everyone's means, right? I mean, New
Yeah,
York and California,
exactly.
liberal states, but they gave it to the Republicans because if you look at it, those particular those particular states were worried about crime, which is a big thing that Republicans talked about.
Yeah.
But when they had those candidates that won, for the most part, were kind of moderates. They didn't really go towards the MAGA level. And that's why they won. And then on top of that, you saw a phenomenon that does not happen here in Texas, but you saw a massive amount of split ticket voting. I mean, look at Raphael Warnock and the governor who won, who beat
Herschel Walker.
no, the governor who
Oh.
beat Stacey Abrams, the guy.
Oh, yeah, Warnock and
God, I forgot his
Kemp.
name.
Kemp.
Kemp. I mean, Kemp
Yeah.
fucking spanked Stacey Abrams, who shouldn't be running for shit. She's a great community organizer.
Well, she's a president of Earth on Star Trek.
Exactly. That's about it, though. She should not be running for political offices, especially statewide. She should be like maybe a state Congress person. She can rally people, but she's not going to win state elections.
I would
But
say
if you look,
animal control. She should be running animal control.
okay, it's an important job though, nonetheless.
It
But
is.
you see, Kemp, he won substantially, but Raphael Warnock also beat Herschel Walker, when it comes to overall votes. So you saw a lot of split ticket voting throughout the country, except for Texas and in Florida. But you saw this split ticket voting, and that was a big fucking deal this year. I mean, if you really look at it, there's a lot of movement amongst Republicans and independents to vote for Democrats. So this was, I still have to say, the Republicans fucked up. They basically were given the brass ring. They fucked up because they just decided to run the shittiest human beings they could find.
I don't know. I mean, did you ever listen to Carrie Lake's messaging?
Yeah, it's horrible. She's an asshole. She's a complete asshole.
She's a horrible person to the media. I get that part.
Right.
But she was on message with a lot of things. I mean,
like what?
Who doesn't want to talk? Who doesn't want to have a great economy for their state? Who doesn't want to control illegal immigration?
Right. But her continual election denial, and then stating that, that she wouldn't have voted, you know what I'm saying? That she wouldn't have allowed Biden to take presidency. Dude, that's the problem. It's like, you can okay, check this out. Like, Hitler said, hey, I want everyone to have a car. I want society to be good. I want our country to have, unlimited resources. But I also want to kill a whole ethnic group. You know what I'm saying?
Just kill him. He wanted to put him in a camp and
just because you say all these.
I'm not apologizing for Hitler, by the way. This was a joke.
Yeah, I know. He's fucking right. He's just totally joking, ladies and gentlemen. It's a joke. But You
You
can
should
say
tell
all
these
these
things back in
good
the
things.
80s.
Right.
Yeah.
You can tell all these good things, but there's a bad fucking thing that just negates them all and makes you look like an asshole. That was Carrie Lake. Hey man, good for her. She was wasn't she like a fucking
I'm very bitter about the
TV
Carrie Lake
news
loss,
anchor?
just so you know.
Was she a TV news anchor?
Yeah, she was a TV news anchor. She's
What
pretty.
the fuck is she doing anyway?
She was pretty hot her heyday. You can tell.
Oh god. Oh god.
I don't
Anyways.
know. Hey,
Anyways.
Lauren Boebert, man.
Boebert, right?
Lauren Boebert.
She's almost
Talking
there.
about hot congresswoman. Yeah.
She's crossing the line. I know. Someone said, if she would have lost, it would have been a win for OnlyFans. That's what I heard. I thought it was pretty fucking true, funny. Oh, for sure, because she's not holding down a regular job. So you have that, but nonetheless, I think it just was poor candidate quality. The Republicans gave the election to the Democrats. I honestly think they didn't want power, but
I don't know, dude. Like maybe
it was okay. Bad.
Hey, but okay. So now Trump announces candidacy.
Yes,
is the Republican Party fucked? The establishment is never going to accept Trump as their candidate. Never.
I don't know. I don't see anyone else beating Trump from the Republican Party. I know DeSantis and stuff, but if you look, there's been polls in Florida that basically show DeSantis not even beating Trump in Florida.
Yeah.
Trump has too much hype, man. He has too much hype. He has too hardcore followers. You got guys you got people still rallying to this day.
Yeah.
For him. So yeah. I just don't see it happening, man.
The Trump train, man. It's still alive.
I don't think it's gonna
come back.
Dude, he's already attacked DeSantis. He's announced he's gonna do all these things. He's going after border. He's doing this. He's doing that. Hey, man, I don't see this dude. I don't see him losing the GOP nomination at all.
I mean, what Trump does have is a great economy, a controlled border. I mean, he proved that it can happen.
But was it really a controlled border? But it wasn't really a controlled border, right? I mean,
just put him in Mexico. Just leave him in Mexico.
But it wasn't really a controlled border because basically all he was doing was he was putting the problem for later on down the road to deal with.
And deterring people from coming because they're like, why am I going to make the journey if I'm going to stay in Mexico anyway?
Yes and no. I don't think so. I think while we talk about immigration and stuff like that, the numbers that they try to boast, the amount that's still coming through without us knowing is significant. So, I mean, yes and no. I mean, his policies didn't really solve the problem because no one really wants to sit down and have comprehensive immigration reform discussion. No one wants.
But if we made him God King, we could just bypass Congress and
if that man became God King, we'd all be fucked. I mean, seriously, we'd all be fucked. He'd be grabbing everyone by the pussy. I don't see him as I don't think he's good, but what I really don't like.
Is he electable? That's the thing. That's what I'm
concerned
about.
Yes, he's extremely
electable. I think you're just saying that because to just to egg the man on in case he's listening. That's what I'm thinking.
He's probably listening. Hey, what's up? He's a big fan. Big shout out. But no, I don't see him. I don't see him not running, and I don't see him not winning the GOP because, like I said, nobody else has the hype this man has. He has the hype. From what I heard, he fundraises so much money that that actually the rest of the Republican Party is kind of suffering right now. Because he draws all the money from them. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
So it's a fucking huge deal. A big fucking deal. So he's kind of fucking his own party. So, Trump 2024, I mean, will we see a rematch of him and Biden? Yes. But my big concern is these are going to be fucking octarians, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, it's true.
Fucking octarians. As presidents, man. I'm not trying to be ageist, but come on, ladies and gentlemen, at some point you have to realize they're not technically allowed to drive cars. I think after 75 you're not really allowed to drive a car anymore. So we're gonna let them fucking run the country, right? I mean,
we're kind of letting that happen now, dude.
Oh, bro, I feel you.
It's horrible.
But think about it when Trump takes over and his fucking McDonald's eating ass, He's gonna be in his 80s too. Like I mean, dude, I'm not gonna lie. I saw him out in his speech when he was announcing. That brother had so much bronzer on, like it was approaching like cancelable
Dude,
levels. I mean, that was pretty close to blackface. That was fucking crazy how much bronzer that dude had on.
dude, Trump and Trump Lake ticket. Donald Trump carry Lake ticket.
Oh God, that's
Hell
horrible.
fucking
That's
yeah,
horrible.
man.
No, no, no. If Trump's smart, let's see. If Trump is smart, um, definitely would not be Carrie
DeSantis?
Lake. No. Mm-mm. No, DeSantis wants to stab him in the face so bad. I think it would
Yeah,
probably
I think
be
so. Yeah.
Trump's gonna have to go for a female.
No.
Carrie Lake is just too dumb. It would have to be somebody. It's definitely not Marjorie Taylor Greene. That's just too far out.
Nah,
But
it's
it's
too
going to
much.
be either
Lauren Boebert. Fuck yeah.
a woman
All right.
Republican or a black Republican as his running mate. There is that guy from Arkansas, very keen, very smart man. But I don't know how his
Oh,
relationship is
juice.
with
It could
Trump.
be Sarah Huckabee.
No, 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 no.
She's a governor.
I know, dude. No, but I think she's gonna. You know what? She's gonna bide her time. She is going to be a political force in the next 10 years.
Oh
I just
yeah.
think right now she's biding her time. I think everyone knows that Trump is like, what is it? Trump's that drunk girl at the party, and it's been a while for you, and you gotta get it done,
Yeah.
but you don't really want to think about the consequences after. You're just like,
Yeah.
oh,
It's true.
it's been 6 months. It's been a rough run. Things got to happen. God, I know she's annoying and she's horrible, but you know,
That was pharmacy school for me, I think.
fucking true for that. But I'll tell you one thing. Moving on from the of course complete fucking, like, if people didn't know that he was going to run, like a lot of people were like, oh no, he's going to let DeSantis come over. Okay, sure. But moving on from that one, I think we need to go ahead and we're gonna dip our toes to a couple of subjects, but the one I'm really interested in, and I think it's something that we need to talk about, is what's going on with Elon and Twitter. As we've
Oh,
seen the implosion of a company that was once valued at the amount of money he bought it at, 44 billion. You have
he got
Elon
robbed.
Musk, yeah, sending emails telling people that they better be willing to work long hours in the office, and that they're not willing to, just to the actually what he did was he was really nice. He said they're not willing to do what he said. He's going to give them 3 month severances. That's pretty fucking. I mean, in today's
I
day,
mean,
in today's world, 3 month severances is better than most ever get.
yeah. Usually just
So
get a kick in the ass and
yeah, get a kick to the
out the
curb.
door.
But he is doing that. So we I guess there's so many debacles to talk about with Twitter. The blue check verification, which just went to shit. Eli
Yeah.
Lilly lost $8 billion because some asshole fucking got a blue check verification as Eli Lilly and said, hey, guess what? All insulin is free. That was enough to almost tank their stock. I think they lost 20. I think they lost what? They lost 20%. What was it? I think they lost 20% of their value. And
Holy
it's
shit.
not even regained back yet. And not only that, but several other insulin makers, same thing, same fucking thing. So it's kind of a, yeah, man. It's just kind of a,
He shouldn't have
it's
done it.
crazy.
I don't know why he executed that way. I almost think, okay, here's what I think. I think Elon spent $40 billion on Twitter, and I think he resents that so much that he doesn't give a shit about what happens to this company. He's
Oh,
firing people.
dude. I
He's
mean,
he doesn't give a shit, dude. He's playing. This is his playground. This is what he. It's like the rich kid who just bought the playground, and he's just tearing it up, and he doesn't give a shit. He didn't care if it goes
I
under.
don't. But that doesn't make any
He'll
sense.
just
It's a $44 billion loss. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know the dude has money and he's whatever, but he's literally riding this thing to the fucking ashes. I
yeah.
mean, it's crazy.
I
He's
don't think he
talking to
cares.
workers like, I mean, yeah, but it doesn't make any sense. And then the $8 verification thing was like, these ideas are not only so stupid, Like none of them are hashed out. He's just throwing out ideas. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, like he's
It'll be
throwing out
$20.
ideas.
It'll be
Yeah,
$8. You
$8.
know?
Fuck it. Hey, you want to try it out? I mean, he's acting like, whenever you're in front of the menu at Burger King. I want fries. No. You know what? Fuck it. I want the double Whopper. It just doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm
You know,
saying?
when you buy something that okay, let's just say you want something. Okay, okay, here's a vendor. Okay, you go to another country, and there's another vendor, right? And he wants to sell you some trinket.
Right.
And he tells you, so he convinces you or forces you basically to buy it at a higher price.
Right.
And you grab this trinket and you're like, fuck man, this thing's not worth $10. It's worth two. Fuck this shit. Like, you just put it in your bag, you take care of it. If it breaks, who the hell cares? You're so resentful about what you just purchased or what you were forced to purchase
Right.
that you don't, whatever, man. Just throw in the trash, you know?
I don't get it. I don't get it because, dude, he had to leverage quite a bit of stock from Tesla, who's also fucking going to shit. And he's doing this while all at the same time just completely tanking Twitter. Like, Twitter is fucked, like properly fucked. Like, there's nothing he can do.
It
right?
is very entertaining, though. It
is entertaining. No, it is. Well, I mean, because we all like
Dude.
watching dumpster fires. Like, we all like, we all like watching reality TV. We like watching 90 Day Fiance, where this, you got this overweight fucking dude hooking up with some hot chick in Colombia, and deep down, that's just not going to work. So that's what's going on with Elon Musk right now. He's doing the 90 Day Fiance with Twitter, and it just isn't working out well for him. So
it's funny as hell to watch, though.
No, it
people
is
trolling it, and
he's
not taking it seriously though.
He's fucking banning people. No, people that are fucking with him, he's banning them. Like, if someone says like Elon Musk sucks balls, ban. Like, he basically, really, yes, dude. He acts like he's so thin skinned. You know what I'm saying? He's acting like, oh yeah, freedom of speech, and I'm voting Republican. And then people talk shit, and he just starts, he's throwing out the ban hammer as hard as he can. I mean, it's kind of funny. It kind of shows A, that he's thin skinned, and that B, he never really was, trying to help anything. I think when it comes overall, and on top of that, just before I finish that thought, the amount of advertising dollars he's losing right now is insane. Yeah. So many advertisers have dropped him and said, fuck this. We're not doing this shit. We're not going to do it.
But why not?
Well, because he has the verification problem. That's bad, right? The verification thing was really fucking bad. I mean, that's no joke bad. No. But on top of that, as soon as he went on, like, half of the user base started just throwing out the N-word.
Oh.
Yeah, it was bad. It was fucking bad. So, I mean, you don't want to be like, oh, hey, try Tide Pods. And then the message right underneath it's like, oh, F you, N-word. And you're just like, what the fuck? Like, I don't want to try Tide Pods or racist. So, I mean, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. I think he's going down. I mean, not as bad as the brother from FTX. Going to prison. They have tried. I think they've caught him trying to flee several times now. Yeah, dude. $1.7 billion missing. So if y'all don't know, FTX was part of an exchange for cryptocurrency. It was actually one of the gold standards for the.
Thank God, dude. I never invested in FTX though. I used some other platforms, and then I pulled a lot of crypto all together.
Yes, thank God, because it has gone to shit. But yeah, so FTX cryptocurrency exchange just was actually considered at one point kind of the gold standard. I think it had over 400 billion in assets, etc. I mean, just a very large monetization type firm, and now they're worth nothing.
Dude, but you know what it is?
And missing $1.7 billion.
Well, they're missing 1.7 billion in cash that they were able to extract, but they lost almost $40 billion in value.
Yep. And the worst part is, if you heard about some of this, the repercussions, right? So multiple people are suing, what's it called? They're suing celebrities that were part of their advertising campaign. I think Tom Brady's one, Gisele's one, all these people.
Stephen Curry, Larry David.
Oh, the Golden State Warriors. The whole
They're going,
team
yeah.
is fucking being sued. So it's kind of a fucking the fallout from this is massive. The fallout from this is almost like fucking opioids. I mean, it's touching everybody. So you see
No, but when you
FTX.
look at the details, though, this guy was so intentional in what he was doing.
Oh yeah, he was just a thief.
Extremely intentional. I
Total
mean,
total fraud. Total
total
fraud.
fraud from the very beginning.
Yep. Well, there's YouTubers calling him out, going, "Where is this money coming from? This endless stream of cash?" And he was Ponzi scheming the fuck out of everybody, man. This
Did you
was
see that
bad.
cringe video where they're just praising him?
Oh
They're like,
God.
"This,
Yeah, oh yeah.
he's a new kind of billionaire who wants to give away all his money."
And
Yeah,
he's
some
gonna
bullshit like
make the
that.
world perfect. Didn't he give who, I forgot which political party?
Democrats. He gave him $500
Was
million
it
dollars.
was it right? It was, yeah. He gave
Yeah,
a fuck ton of money politically. So he's going to jail for a very
I.
fucking long
You think
time.
so?
Oh
You
yeah.
think
Well, did
so?
you see what
A
they
guy
did to
who's
Elizabeth Holmes, right? The
oh,
Theranos
it's
girl?
tomorrow. It's
Yeah, no,
this
dude.
Friday.
They're talking about 15 fucking years in
I hope
federal
so.
pound you in the ass prison. I mean, I mean, that's for real. That's a real prison term, dude. They might be going after these
But you know
guys.
what though? Do you know what? Elizabeth Holmes, she okay, she was found guilty, right? And it's all about financial fraud and this and that, but none of the charges were for hurting people.
Right,
None of the charges were for defrauding the patients or anything like that. It was
right,
all about financial crimes.
right. Well,
And
she
I'm
was
thinking
fraud
she was
completely.
fraud. But I'm thinking to myself, where's the repercussion for telling, Sam Smith or whatever his name is, that he had diabetes and AIDS at the same time based on and he had cancer, diabetes and
I love how he
AIDS
had AIDS at the same time. You have diabetes, AIDS, and hypercholesterol all at the same time. It's like, no, and
all on a
syphilis.
drop of blood.
All from
And
one drop of
syphilis.
blood. And syphilis.
I mean, that guy got scared. I'm pretty sure he wanted to shoot himself. I mean,
Twice. He probably wanted to shoot
yeah.
his wife. He goes, where did I fucking get syphilis from? Yeah, no. And guess what? 15 fucking years. 15 fucking years. It's fucking madness, man. It's fucking
You think
madness.
she'll get it though?
I think so. I think they're gonna throw.
Oh
I think
man.
they're gonna throw the book at her. I think they're trying to make unfortunately, while she got rich, she wasn't part of the elite. So I think she's screwed. But with that, I think we're gonna take a quick break, and then I think we're gonna come back with a little bit of local politics, and then kind of go from there. So if everyone can just hold tight, we'll be right back.
All right.
And we're back from the break. That was a good one.
Hey.
That was a good break. I think we did quite a bit. I think we learned who we were, and we talked to each other about the special things that matter. But
Is that what we did?
yeah, we did that.
Right?
You measured your penis for the fifth time. Figured out that it went around the world 3 times, and I, on the other hand, just kind of sat back and let's discuss it at the act. But moving on, I think we're going to touch on a couple other little subjects before we wrap this bitch up tonight. One of them that I think we wanted to go ahead and talk about, um, before we discussed the major one, that was the illusion of the initial musical interlude we had when we first started. I think we talked a little bit about the Texas politics. I don't think we're turning purple anytime soon.
No, we're not.
No, we are not. I think of course I was correct. Abbott beat Beto O'Rourke by 11 points.
That's a lot.
That is a fucking landslide. That is a landslide. Not only is it bad, but if Beto O'Rourke were a like a samurai, he should commit immediate seppuku. It was not. It was a bad. It was really bad, right? It was horrible.
Yeah.
This was probably one of the worst ass whoopings we've seen in a long time in Texas politics. I think he only lost to Ted Cruz by 5 points, 5 or 6 points. So to lose
Oh
by
yeah.
11 points was pretty bad. We did see what's her name, the congresswoman, the first Mexican born congresswoman,
Oh
the Republican. What
yeah.
was her name?
Myra Flores.
Myra Flores. She did lose. She lost handily too. It wasn't even a close one. So she got her
Yeah.
ass whooped. So
Why?
I think we just saw basically district realignment and straight ticket voting here. You saw, basically, well, actually not even straight ticket. I think there's a lot of Democrats who decided to split ticket to not vote for Beto O'Rourke. I mean, that once again, we're gonna go to, I think we can touch on this for a little bit, is candidate quality, right? There's a serious issue with that. And I think Beto O'Rourke, while I think perhaps in his own mind, he thinks he's something, and the Democratic and the DNC party, the DNC thinks he's something. I think as the best way they put it, him and people like Stacey Abrams are perennial losers.
They're
Like,
good at losing.
yeah, they're always going to lose. Like Beto O'Rourke's never going to win anything other than maybe like a hacky, like one of those, like those three-legged races, or maybe like a hacky sack thing. He's never going to do anything. Same thing as Stacey Abrams.
Oh,
They're
cool.
just
Potato sack race.
exactly. They're never going to have a broad appeal, right? They're always going to be kind of a oh, that's the Hail Mary, or the last kid you pick when trying to pick a basketball team. They're just there, right? They're warm bodies to fill these slots for political contests. So you saw that. You saw an ass whooping. You saw Texas is still the same amount of polarization. You did not even see a substantial change in Texas vote, despite a large number of women being registered to vote. So
Well, I
that
mean, yeah,
that was
that
big.
one county in the valley who was still red amongst the
Oh,
sea of blue.
oh God. Well, I
I think
mean, well, that's the big one right now that a lot of people are talking about is Uvalde. The county that had the Uvalde shooting still went to Abbott.
yeah, yeah.
That's, man, wow.
What are
Fucking
you?
wow.
Wow.
That's fucking bad, bro. Abbott literally, but they botched the investigation. He made
Yeah,
excuses, and then when they asked about it, he acted like he didn't even know what happened anymore. Right?
yeah.
He didn't do shit. He did not do shit. And now, I don't know if you heard, the newest thing from Abbott is now he wants to declare the invasion clause.
Jesus Christ.
Right. So because of the amount of border permeability, he wants to invoke the invasion clause, which is basically allows us to allows local authorities to deport people.
Okay.
Beyond that, allows states to form pacts to help prevent immigration. Oh boy.
I'd like to see that happen. I want to
National
see what
Guard.
happens.
It's already happening. He's already invoking the invasion.
I'm gonna open up a beer, sit back, and just watch and see what happens. That's
Oh,
all
it's
I
gonna
can
be
do.
fucking amazing. It's
Yeah,
just
that's
like
what.
it's fucking. But well, even other crazy Republicans are like, dude, what are you fucking talking about? We've already done all this. Like, what are you
Well, we'll
doing?
see.
What are you doing? So once again, the wonderful Governor Abbott, in his greatness of bullshit, has decided to just kind of fuck around again. So
Dude,
he won though, dude. You got to give it to him. I mean,
did you see?
but you could run a ham sandwich against Beto O'Rourke and win, huh?
That's pretty true. Did you see the governor race for Michigan?
Yes,
Man, those ladies were easy on the eyes. I'll tell you that.
they were, and I bet you know what? What's her name pulled it out. She ended up
Gretchen
winning
Whitmire.
again.
Gretchen Whitmire.
Richard
Pulled it.
Whitmire.
The girl,
Yes,
the woman who, dude, how did that happen? The woman who literally took away your freedoms, closed down your businesses,
bro.
took your kids
Because
out of school.
it's candidate quality. If you eat the
What do you mean?
other lady was another crazy Trumper, bro. Another MAGA
She,
wagga.
okay, first off, the other lady was hotter. All
Dude,
right.
that's not always
So
gonna work.
let's just
Dude, but that's what I'm telling you. MAGA makes you ugly. That's the problem.
No, I don't know,
MAGA
man.
chicks, dude. I would not want to ever be with a MAGA chick.
Maybe a little bit,
Ever,
maybe a little
dude.
bit, maybe for a night. I don't know.
Not even, dude, because guess what? You're gonna wake up married, chained to the bed, and but if it's one of us, deported. So I don't think so, bro. I think I'm good. But
How come we can't have candidates like that though? I mean, we got
man,
white Obama and
not even
some
white
old man.
Obama. He's not even Obama light. He's like he's not even like how you have Cocoa Krispies. He's not even like Foco Krispies. He's just such an off-putting generic carbon copy of nothing. Like he's like multiplicity when you made too many clones. He's like the 15th clone down the line. He has nothing that resembles anything that should be a leader anywhere. Like that dude shouldn't even be a fucking Cub Scout master. So
Like the perfect child of like if Obama had a child with Napoleon Dynamite, they would make
yes,
better work.
no, it wouldn't, because that child would at least have some type of like abilities, right? Like this,
No,
like
I
Beto
don't think
O'Rourke
so.
is just a fucking all he is just a paperweight that the Democrats use whenever they have no one else to run. It's like, hey, do you want to lose?
Wow,
I'll lose,
that's a
motherfucker.
good idea. Yeah,
That's it. That's it. Looks like he has a tapeworm too. But nonetheless, Abbott won. The state doesn't look like it's turning purple, so it's kind of an interesting crux because, as we're starting to see, and people can say whatever, you're starting to see the minority voters starting to shift towards Republicans, which is, that's an interesting thing to see because, for the most part, you know, there is a severe undercurrent of of Zionism, but of xenophobia in the MAGA WAGA world. And it's interesting to see
what?
how the
What's
xenophobia.
xenophobia?
Oh, Gerd.
What?
Was the whole fucking thing is xenophobia. You might as well
What
just
the hell
call
are
it
you talking
MAGA
about?
xenophobia. That just fucking
Who's?
America. Oh, we're greater.
Yeah,
Oh, of the other
yeah.
countries. Oh, the rapists are coming from across the world. I mean, it's
I
just
mean,
xenophobic.
dudes. I mean, you see
Xenophobic,
you
xenophobic.
see these human traffickers. I
There's
mean, are
plenty
they
of there's
wrong?
well, dude,
I
and guess
mean,
what?
they're not wrong.
There's plenty of fucking MAGA guys who are like going to the parlor, to the massage parlors, and doing all those things, dude. So I don't see it. But anyways, um, moving on to the last little part, as we did play an interesting musical interlude to the beginning of this, whether or not it actually makes it past the editing floor. 99 Balloons
Yeah,
is the
yeah.
song. So if you guys get bored and you
We
don't
talked
hear the
over it,
first
so
part,
maybe you should make it right.
I'm hoping. It's been around for a while.
Yeah,
Um, we are going to talk about the what could have been a potentially catastrophic situation where two missiles crossed over into Poland, a NATO member, and I think hit a grain processing facility that some people said farm. It did kill two people. Initial reports were that these were Russian missiles, which were those that was quickly redacted by the administration and by the G20 summit that literally learned the news, had a quick security meeting, and it was quickly decided that these were definitely Ukrainian defense missiles that did it.
hmm.
The thing is we're kind of knocking on the door, right? We're knocking on the door. Poland is very close to Ukraine. Poland wants to fight. They want to fight. They see the weakness in Russia. They got
It's weird, isn't
50
it?
fucking years. Dude, they have 50 years of repression from Russia. They want the fight. They pretty sure, I'm not trying to be an ass, but Poland joins this shit, Russia's done.
Do you think
Like,
so?
yeah, oh yeah, like
I think
Russia
so. I
will
mean,
be beaten. They'll be
they
beaten.
lost in World War II, but in like 10 days or some shit like that. I don't
Telling
know.
you right now, if Poland joins in, you're gonna have Poland. You're gonna have what's that other little country? There's a couple of them. Another one that's being threatened. One of the 90 Day Fiance guys is from there. Oh God, it's not Moldova. You have
Oh
Moldova. You
wow.
have Poland. You have all these small countries that will band together and say, I think they're starting to smell weakness in Russia. So I think they're kind of itching to get that chance to fight. So it's a very, dude, I'm being honest, this is a very interesting situation now. Very interesting.
I see. Yeah, I do see. There's a lot of itch to get into the fight.
Yep.
I see it from the United States. I see it from NATO.
Yep.
Um, but yeah, man. I mean, it's a
Two
dangerous
missiles,
situation.
two
Yeah,
missiles,
but
and
that was connected from Ukraine though.
right.
So
But what happens if it had it? What
what?
happens if it had it? Poland is is a fucking NATO member.
Yeah,
Any
yeah,
attack on them is an attack on all of them.
yeah,
And let's just not take to the fact that Poland says, you know what, fuck y'all, we're gonna do this on our own. We want to go to war. Russia would then be fighting a two-tiered battle against a actually formidable opponent in Poland. Poland, Ukraine and Poland like together would be a severe issue. Like
yeah.
we're talking
They'd
about
march
Russia
into
losing.
Moscow.
Yeah,
They'd march into
Russia
Moscow.
would lose significant territory unless it started using tactical nuclear weapons. I mean, very quickly, very, very quickly. So, you know, we got pretty fucking close to a situation here, ladies and gentlemen, when everyone was sitting around jerking off, worried about whether Trump was going to run or if the Dems were going to win the House or not. We got pretty fucking close to a real life, like horrible situation. I
And all you had
mean,
to do was release 99 balloons, and you would
yeah.
have had the same situation, right?
Yep, and that's where we were. We were releasing 99 balloons, and guess what, ladies and gentlemen, we got fucking close. So, and everyone needs to just kind of take into account that also at the same time, there's a lot of undercurrent rumblings that the administration is trying to push Ukraine to negotiate.
Are they?
When those, yeah, oh yeah, big time. So when those missiles hit, I was like, imagine if Ukraine kind of set up the Russians with this because they don't want to negotiate.
No, they don't.
So what the fuck could happen if they
Why
did
would
that?
they not want to negotiate though? It's not like they can march into Moscow and get Putin.
Oh,
I mean,
dude, of course, dude, they don't want to negotiate. They do not want to negotiate
why not though?
because they want if they're fucking holding fast. Because, dude, the
Are they making
cost
money
to
off this war?
no, the cost to Ukraine after this war will be decades of fucking work. We're talking about a complete country has been just ravaged. So
Yeah.
if some, you know what I'm saying? So I just, yeah, man, it's not good.
The
It's
problem
really
with
not
war,
fucking good.
the problem with war, and this is not applied to Afghanistan, obviously, but the
Right.
problem with war is that the country that's being ravaged, like you said, it
Yeah.
ends up losing their population
Yes.
over time.
All the time. Yeah. I
Uh,
bet yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
I mean, you got people leaving, and then you got people not having kids,
Yep.
and then you got people dying, which can't be replaced fast enough.
Yep. Yep.
That's, I mean, that's what happens.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what this is all about. So I just don't think Ukraine can give up because I mean we're talking about like, I think 40,000 casualties. We're
Yeah,
talking
civilian
large
casualties.
fucking numbers,
Yeah,
huh?
yeah,
It
civilian
actually
casualties.
probably is more.
I think so. I mean, you got
And
these mass
these,
graves when
yeah,
they're yeah.
think about it, dude. It's more. And do you think that after getting kicked around so much, having to almost basically die, that they're gonna fucking let this one go? I don't think so, man. I don't think so. So we got very close to a situation, and you know what? I'm not trying to be mean. I understand Ukraine. I understand their want, but got pretty fucking close to a situation where, I mean, what happens if they did it on purpose? What happens if they were trying to instigate that situation?
Yeah, and they were.
Oh, I'm pretty sure.
And they were.
I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. I think. I mean, but who wouldn't do that, right? If you're fighting for survival, there are no fucking rules anymore. So
Yeah.
I think we're at that point now. I think we're at that point. So, ladies and gentlemen, we got very fucking close, man. We got fucking close. And you know what? What happens next time if they actually stick the landing? What happens if Ukraine actually does frame Russia? What happened? And then you have a very, very itchy trigger finger from Poland saying, fuck y'all, it's time to ride. We have serious problems coming up, and this war has gotten worse. So there would
Yeah,
huh?
I read a quote one time. I was like, we're all secretly waiting for the world to end.
I'm not. Fuck that. I want to I want to play video games
You're
and
at work,
shit.
you're staring at your computer, you're getting bitched at by some client or whatever, and you're just
Ah,
waiting for the world to end.
and that's so fucking sad, right? Here you are, you're sitting at the stop sign and you're just waiting. Yeah, it's the greatest now that's the greatest trick the devil ever pulled was wasting time for money. But in the end, yeah, it's this is watch it, man. But anyways, I think with that, I think we're gonna start with all this doom and gloom, we're gonna end with I don't know, do we have a good note to end with tonight?
Actually, I don't have access to music right now, so they're gonna have
Yeah.
to depend on Benji to close this
Yeah,
one
yeah.
out with some
He'll
music.
drop out something good, but to end on a good note, I saw a picture of I saw this guy with it's on Reddit, of course. It was a bird that apparently swallowed a full-size water bottle and he got it out of the bird's mouth. So the bird's going to be fine. So, there's hope for the world. Maybe it was in that bird's mouth and we just had to get it out of there. So I don't really know where that story is going, but I do hope that things get a little bit better. We all need it. Shit's getting
Well,
kind of real out there.
if you want something to distract you, now that you mentioned Twitter,
Oh, nice.
Reddit, I recommend the r/Tinder
Oh, dude,
subreddit.
my wife loves that shit. Oh my God,
It
dude,
is
I've been
messed
on it.
up,
It is
man.
fucked up. If you guys want to see and
The
for
worst of
those of y'all
humanity.
out there that are single, holy shit, I am so fucking sorry because that is a minefield of repressed sexuality, anger. I mean, everything mixed in. You have both sides just torching each other, and it's just, oh, it's a nightmare. But yes, that is one way to do it. I like that, and I our UFO.
Yeah, that was
Yes,
cool too.
dude, I love our UFO. Our UFO, our conspiracy theories. There's so many good subreddits. So yeah, if you want to burn some time, learn a couple of things, definitely check that out. I think Mr. Benjamin James, he was missing today, so we do miss you quite a bit. He will be probably editing this and putting some stuff in there, so he'll probably let you know where you can reach us. But yeah, other than that, you guys stay safe. Try not to start shit with Russians, and if you see Beto out there, just say, "Hey, man, stop fucking running. You suck." And that comes from Skip the Noise. That is a Skip the Noise verified comment. If you see Beto O'Rourke, say, "Hey, asshole, step aside, let someone real run, and maybe
Yeah,
give someone else a real chance." With that, I
that's a good
think we'll
idea.
say goodnight. So, any party words, Big Dick Python over there?
No, not really, man. Just a good night.
Good night. And are you gonna stop measuring it?
Yeah, I want to start measuring. But look how it gets bigger if I rub it though. But check it out.
That's oh boy. And as you can tell, and be careful, ladies and gentlemen, the high tide is going to be rolling in quite a bit as he gets more excited. So you guys have a good night. Keep it real, represent, and we will see you fuckers on the flipper.